Now input pin means we will take input means input mode means we will take the input. That pin will take the input only. Output pin means that pin will take the output only. Now what do you mean by input pull up? That is my question. Can you tell me, Devarshi? Hello, Devarshi. I asked you some question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you tell me what do you mean by input pull up?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Uh,
Anybody?
Sir, input pull up, sir, it works as an active reverse. It converts high voltage to low voltage, means 0 to 1 and 1 to 0.
Thank you. Thank you. So input pull up means whatever input you are getting, that will get reversed. Means if you are getting 1, then it will get reversed to 0. If you get 0, then it will get reversed to 1. Okay. So this is the input mode. Now you then look it out for this example that first is the void loop, then we have the digital write. We have to write something where that LED, that we are connecting one LED. Now we have to write that LED to high voltage. That means the LED will get turned on. Next is delay 1000, means that delay it for 1000 millisecond. Means when the LED will get turned on, and after that it will remain on high for 1000 millisecond. Next is digital write, LED built in low, means that write in LED that is low. That means LED will be in low voltage. Okay, then again delay for 1000 millisecond. So if this loops continuously, because this loop will go for forever, for an infinite time period. So what will happen that at the first instance the LED will get turned on and it will remain on for 1000 millisecond, and then LED get turned off, then it will remain off for 1000 millisecond. Again, when the loop will execute, then again it will turn on for 1000 millisecond, then turned off for 1000 millisecond. So in this way it will work. Is this clear? So it's basically a C program is being written. A basic C program is being written. Okay. Now there are some serial communication is also there in the Arduino. That means if you want to send data to the Arduino board through a serial port, or if you want to collect data from Arduino through a serial port, so that case you can use the serial communication by initializing serial.begin. Now when the serial.begin you will write that that time you have to write the speed, at which speed you should send the data. So if you write the speed as 9600, means that 9600 bits will be sent per second. And another thing is that you can write the configuration itself, that at what configuration you want to send. Means that here it is written that serial 8 and 1, means that 8 bits will be sent continuously. That means 8 bits the data will be sent serially. Only the first 8 bits will be considered as a part of one packet, and the next 8 bit will be considered for next 8 packet. Okay, so it's an 8-bit data, no parity and one stop. In this case, we are not considering any parity bit. Now, what is the use of parity bit? Can anybody tell me? Those who have gone through the computer network, they might be knowing. So, what is parity? At the time of Hamming code distance, to understand the data correction process at the time of data transmission, so we use that Hamming code. Can anybody recapitulate what is Hamming code? Anybody? Girija, can you tell me what is Hamming code or parity? Forget about Hamming code. Parity. What is parity bit? Even in ITIL also, I think I have explained what is parity bit when we are creating the RAID 5 architecture.
So parity bit, we can take it for the MSB, the most significant bit. If it's 0, it is positive. If it's 1, it is negative.
No. Parity bit is basically used to check the oddness or the evenness of the data stream of data bits. Here we are taking 8 bits, right? 8 bit. Suppose this 8 bit, if I give an example of taking an 8 bit, random 8 bit, 0, 111, then 0101. I think it's an 8 bit. Okay. Now, can you tell me whether it is an odd parity or even parity? The bit I am taking is 0111, 0101. Now, can you tell me whether it is odd parity or even parity? Means that if the number of 1 within the stream of bits are odd, that case it will be odd parity. If the number of ones in the stream of bits is even, that case it will be even parity. Now you tell me this stream of bits, whether it is odd parity or even parity.
Odd parity.
Odd.
Yes, it's an odd parity, right? Now, suppose if I use parity bit here at the time of sending the data, that case if there is any problem occurs within your data, that means at the time of streaming, if some data get lost, that means this one get lost, then it will become 0, right? If that data gets distorted, then it will become 0. Then my data I have sent is 0111101, but the receiver will receive it as 01010101. Yes or no? If the third bit gets distorted, you got my point? If my third bit gets distorted, then instead of 011110101, I may have received at the receiver end 01010101. Now my question is, now this data is odd parity or even parity?
Even parity.
Now it becomes even parity. Now at the time of sending the data, if I say that whatever data I am sending, all are in odd parity. Now if the receiver receive it at even parity, then what the receiver will understand? The receiver will understand that whatever data is sent, there is a problem with the data. Yes or no? Because the sender has told that every time he is sending odd parity data, but I have received even parity data. Means whatever data the sender has sent, we have not received. You got my point, what I wanted to say you?
Yes,
Shall
sir.
I explain again? Shall I explain?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Means that parity bit is being used to check the evenness or the oddness of the data. Now, at the time of sending data in the network or in Arduino board, wherever it is, at the time of sending the data, if we say that the data is being sent in an odd parity manner, that case, if your data is even parity, just a minute, let us remove this one first. If my data is even parity, that case I have to put an extra one. Suppose this one is a parity bit. This one is my parity bit. Okay. This one is my parity bit. Apart from this parity bit, rest of the ones is 5 number of 1 is there. So it's an odd number. So I can say odd parity. Now, if the data is like this, 01110100, that case the number of 1 is even. That case what I have to do? I have to change the parity bit as 1 to make it as odd parity. So means that whatever data you are sending, always it will check that with this data the number of 1 is even or odd. If the number of 1 is odd, that case my parity bit will be 0. If the number of 1 is even, that case I have to put the parity bit as 1, so that the number of 1 in my data becomes odd and it becomes an even odd parity. Now why always I prefer to send my data in the odd parity mode? So that if there is any problem occurs within your data, one bit get distorted, that case the receiver at the time of receiving the data, receiver has the idea that whatever data you are sending, you will send in an odd parity manner. Now if the receiver receives the data in the even parity manner, that receiver will be confirmed that the data gets distorted. I should not receive the data. In the same way, the Hamming distance is also works.
सर
Now, am I? हाँ बोलो.
सर मतलब अगर वो ऑड पैरिटी का इवेंट पैरिटी आया तो रिसीवर समझा कि गलत है, बट तो अगर
हाँ.
इसमें अगर थोड़ा चेंज हो के ऑड पैरिटी रहा, बट मतलब जैसे 2 और 0 है, वो 2 फिर से 1 हो गया, तो और
Yes, yes, you are right. You are right. In case of this type of parity bit checking for data transmission, if there is only changes in one bit, that case it can be detectable. But if there is a change in the 2 bit, that case it may not be detectable. The parity bit concept will work only for 1 bit change. But if 2 bit gets changed, that case again it will remain again it may remain even parity, odd parity. So the receiver will not come to know that there is a 2 bit change, that is why it becomes an even parity, odd parity. You got it my point? पैरिटी बीट सिर्फ एक बीट चेंज के लिए हम लोग कर सकते हैं, 2 बीट चेंज के लिए नहीं कर सकते. इमजती समझ में आया मैं क्या बोला?
यस सर.
ओके, नाउ शैल आई प्रोसीड अगेन.
तो 2 बिट के लिए क्या कर सकते हैं हम लोग अगर 2
2
बिट
बीट
चेंज?
के लिए तुम्हारा और एक प्रोसीड्यूर है ना, हैमिंग डिस्टेंस को छोड़ के, क्या नाम है उसका? तुम लोग 2 टेक्निक पढ़े थे ना, एक सीआरसी कोड, एक
हाँ
है
सर.
हैमिंग डिस्टेंस, अनदर इज द सीआरसी. सो वी कैन यूज सीआरसी देन.
ओके सर.
But in case of CRC, we can find out the data, we can detect the error in the data, but we cannot correct the error in the data. In case of Hamming distance, we can detect the error as well as we can correct the error also. Means that we can detect that there is a problem within your data as well as at what number of bit the problem is there. In this case, the third bit has been corrupted now. So we can detect that the third bit has been corrupted. So we need to change the third bit only. Okay, but in case of CRC, we can do only error detection. No error correction is possible. So at least if there is an error detection, you can discard the data. And you can tell the sender to resend the data. Got my point?
सर आपका ऑडियो पूरा कट कट के आ रहा है सर, थोड़ा आता है फिर थोड़ा टाइम के लिए म्यूट हो जाता है सर.
हाँ, क्या क्या करना है?
सर आपका ऑडियो बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है सर, थोड़ा आता है फिर थोड़ा टाइम के लिए म्यूट हो जाता है.
म्यूट हो जाता है?
हाँ
Why?
सर.
Okay, 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 okay. Just a minute, just a minute. मेरा शायद connectivity. Now, right now it is okay. The audio.
यस सर. यस सर.
Huh? Shall I repeat the same thing again?
यस सर.
Okay. Now for data detection and correction, we have two procedures. One is called Hamming distance of code. Another is the CRC. CRC is basically used for error detection. Error detection, but it cannot do the error correction. Sound ठीक तरह से आ रहा है?
यस सर.
Okay. And Hamming distance, which is a parity bit basically. Hamming distance is based on the parity bit only. So it can do the error detection as well as error correction. Means that here I can detect the error, as you have told that in case of CRC, if there is more than 2 bits error has occurred, that case you can go for CRC to find out that there is an error has occurred. Now what will you do? That you will not receive the data, and if you don't receive the data, then the sender has to resend the data. So you can get the original data. But in case of Hamming distance, you can detect the error is there, as well as you can find out at which number of bits the error is there, and you can correct that error. Okay, now is this okay? Hamming distance and CRC, and
Yes.
why, what point we should use CRC and what point we should use Hamming distance. Now in this case also, at the time of sending the data through the serial port, what we are doing, we are sending two parameters. One is the speed. Speed, here I am writing that 9600, that is this speed 9600. So that is actually the millisecond speed. And after that we are sending serial 8N1, means that serial 8N1 means that there is 8-bit data we are sending, no parity bit, and one stop, means the 8-bit will be considered as one frame. But in this case, if you use a parity bit, that case I need to mention that whether it is an even parity or odd parity, which will help me to identify that if there is any error has occurred within your data or not. Is this okay? Are you convinced?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall I move to the next slide? Okay, now we'll do some assignments. Please open your laptop. Tinker, have you installed Tinkercad? Have you installed Tinkercad, student? Please tell me yes or no. If I ask you a question immediately, everybody get mum. Why it should be? No है तो confidently बोलो no, no issue. तो मैं समझ जाऊंगा तो तुम लोगों को सीखने का इच्छा नहीं।
सर अकाउंट खोला हो सर टिंकरकैड का सर, वो और ब्राउजर में ही कर सकते हैं हम लोग।
हाँ ब्राउजर में कर सकते हो।
हाँ सर वही अकाउंट खुला हुआ है सर।
Okay, only one या anybody else who has created
सर
that?
क्या है सर?
क्या है? Very good. और फिर दो। What about गिरिजा?
सर नहीं किया अभी तक।
धरित्री? Okay, so this assignment carries 10 marks. So first I will show one demo, and after that you have to do it, right? So I will create one assignment link and you have to do the assignments. Okay, is my screen visible to you, student?
No sir.
Not visible. Just wait for a few minutes. Let me check. Yeah, right now it is visible. So what I'll do that I'll go for a new, it's very easy program, that means the LED blinking, and the LED will get blink and after a few minutes, after a certain interval. Okay, so this is the my dashboard. Now I am searching one Arduino board. Arduino. So Arduino Uno board is there. So I am bringing that Arduino Uno board. Now you can see here that the upper pins are the digital pin and the lower pins are the analog pin. Okay, and in the digital pin there is the ground pin is there, and 0 to 13 so are the digital input pin. Okay, now I will connect one LED with that one. So that case what I have to do, just write LED. So LED will come. So LED, what is the full form of LED? Can anybody tell me? What is the full form of LED?
A light emitting diode.
Light emitting diode. So there are two, you can see that there are two legs of LED, right? So one is the straight leg, another is the tilted leg. So can you tell me which one is cathode, which one is anode? So the tilted one is the anode and the straight one is the cathode. You can, if you move your cursor, you can find it out. Okay. Now you have to connect your cathode with the ground pin, and you can connect your anode with any one of the pin. Means that from that it will take the instruction from the system, and this link have to be connected with your ground, otherwise because the LED the always need to be connected with your positive and negative, right? So the cathode is basically positive, which will be connected to the ground, and anode is negative, which will be connected to your 13 number of pin. So it has been done. Now check the automatic code. As I told that whenever you connect, automatic code will get generated. You can see the automatic code is get generated. What is written over there? Pin mode. Pin mode is written that 13. That means the pin number, and that pin number is an input pin or output pin. Means that pin number 13 it is talking about. So that pin number 13 is the input pin or output pin. You can see here that pin number 13, as it is connected with the LED will glow, right? So it should be an output pin. So it is written that pin mode it is 13 and it is output mode. This pin will act as an output mode. Now we are creating one infinite loop. We are writing the digital write pin number 13 should be high. That means we are providing high input to pin number 13. That means to the LED anode. Then we are writing delay 1000. That means it will wait for 1000 milliseconds. Then we will write digital write pin number 13 low. Means that for 1000 milliseconds that pin number 13 will remain high, LED will glow. Then for the next 1000 milliseconds then pin number 13 will get low. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now if I start the simulation, you can see that as per the instruction is written in Arduino Atmega 328, this LED is glowing for 1000 milliseconds and then it will remain off. Then again for 1000 milliseconds it is glowing. This means that the LED is blinking, but it is showing some error. Can you see that it is showing some error? Let us see that what error it is showing. It is showing that the LED can take not more than 2 volt. If the voltage is more than 2 volt, the LED may get burnt out. Means that don't connect the LED directly with the Arduino board. Otherwise, your LED may get burnt out. So what is the solution? Solution is that you have to connect one resistor with that one. So एक register इसमें put करना पड़ेगा. If I put a register, that case the current will get minimal. The amount of current it will go through that register will get minimalized. So what I will do? Let us search for a register then. कहाँ से सर्च करेंगे? So I brought a register. Now this register also, there are several capacity registers are available. So you need a 220 ohm resistor. So what you can do that right here, the resistor length as 220 ohm. 220 ohm. Here it is kilo ohm. So take 220 ohm resistor. So whenever you are writing 220 ohm resistor, immediately the resistor color code also gets changed. Do you know the meaning of that color code? The first, the two reds are there. No? Red means 2. So the first one is 2, next one is 2, and then the third one is 0. Means, third one is 1. Means that 2 into 10 to the power of 1. So 2 into 10 to the power of 1 means what? 220 ohm. Or if you don't want to remember the color code, don't bother about it. You just write what amount of resistor you require. If you require 10 kilo ohm resistor, then here you write 10, then ohm you convert it to kilo ohm. Then you see that the color code will get automatically changed. Is it clear to you, student?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I am changing it to 220 ohm again. 220 ohm, right? Now after selecting 220 ohm, what I am doing, I am connecting this resistor, okay, with the pin number 13, and again I am starting the simulation. Look at this, right now it is blinking again, but there is no error is coming. Your job is done. Are you convinced?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now first your job is to just copy the same simulation model in your Tinkercad, and after that I am giving you one task. You have to do it and you have to submit the task in your Google Classroom, and it will carry 10 marks. Is it okay? Sorry student, I got disconnected, but don't worry. So you start working on it. You just copy the entire exercise and tell me whether you have understood this or not, whether you could have done this or not. By this time, I'm creating your assignment page. Okay, is it okay, student? Hello, student, is this okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Let's start. So students, I have given 3 assignments to you. Just check your Google Classroom, those 3 assignments. So I will check those assignments on 9th. Before that, you have to complete all those assignments, and that assignments you have to do. You have to write the C program and you have to implement it in Tinkercad. And what you have to do, that you have to in the assignment you have to write the assignment name, what assignment is given, then the entire C code, and then screenshot. Okay, is this okay for you? And it consists of 20 marks.
Screenshot of the circuit.
हाँ, सर्किट बनाओगे जो उसका स्क्रीनशॉट, जो आउटपुट आएगा उसका भी स्क्रीनशॉट.
Okay, sir.
ओके,
Yeah.
थैंक. So I am leaving this room now. If you have any
Submit the file.